Okay, this is a pair of Fiskars CB1216 bypass pruning shears, okay? These came into the FixIt Clinic with the complaint that they weren't cutting like they used to. Okay, I noticed that they're a little bit rough on opening and closing. And maybe they could use some oil at the pivot points just to keep them going a little bit smoother. Okay, right here I guess is where they could use some oil. Okay, right there at that point. And it's also possible that the blade might be dull, and with some sharpening it might get back to normal use. And Dr. Filippetti of the New Hampshire Fire Institute noticed that he thought maybe one of the blades was bent, in the sense that you can see light between the two blades. And he thought that that could be a problem. So it could be, it's not entirely clear. Now, we don't exactly have a baseline. I don't have a pair of these, like a new pair that I could compare them to. I probably are supposed to cut something that will fit in here. I don't know exactly what the spec is, but I have a little branch here. Let me hit pause. Okay, this is not exactly a very well controlled experiment, but this is just a branch I found in my yard. It does fit in there. It's probably over a half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. If I try squeezing on it with my left hand, no, I can't get through it. Although, it does dig into it quite a ways. Just doesn't go all the way through. Now, try it with my primary hand, because I'm right-handed. Yeah, I got through it. And, I don't know, that's a good size. Now, I can use this same stick for after I try sharpening it, to see if it makes a difference. I'm going to try doing that before I try flattening the blade out or anything, because that seems more severe. And I think, based on my research, that it's okay if there's a little bit of space between them, so that as they close, the contact point between the two blades is at a one single point that starts and rides up across the blades. For them to be totally planar and one to pass by the other, if you look at the tolerancing on that, it's almost a physical impossibility for them to be right close to each other without touching, if they are going to, this way one of them could be slightly inclined to the other, and then that provides a slight pressure, and I think some scissors operate that way. And it can't be overdone, obviously, because if it's pushing, one is pushing on the other one more than just lightly to make contact, so there's not a gap, then that could be a problem. So I'm no expert on this, but what I'm going to do is, well, I should say I did actually disassemble this. I took these bolts off just to see, what's going on and how flat this was. I kind of put it on a flat surface, and sure enough, you can see light coming through it. But I did not try to do anything to it. I thought that was too radical. First, I'm going to just try sharpening it. What I have, I'll show you what I have. I've got these diamond tools that I got from my friend Bob. And one of them is listed as extra fine, one of them is listed as coarse, and then there's this one here that's listed as 600 grit, which I think is fine, somewhere in between these other two. These ones actually look kind of nice, because it looks like they could get in So in terms of sharpening this, the back side should be perfectly flat. Okay, you don't want, just like on a regular knife, well, not on a regular knife, but on a plain blade or something like this, you want the edge to be entirely on one side. So taking one of these and rubbing it at the angle that it's been ground at. And here's where having something thin helps, because getting it in, you can only get it in so far, okay, at an angle, at the correct angle. You can't probably get right into the edge, but you don't need to anyway, because you're not going to be using it there, okay? And then if the angle is controlled well enough and the back side is ground off flat, and maybe with a little bit of oil, I will do this, and then I will try testing and see if they appear noticeably better. Okay, and that's all for this. This is just a intro video. I'll have another video where I actually test them after sharpening them. Okay, thanks.